Wait a minute. We haven't started, and he's already laughing hysterically. I don't know whether I should be nervous or excited. But either way, we're going to march on. This is Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and Integrity Roofing and Siding. We're inside the all-electric Lexus 450 RZ. Thank you. Now I don't even remember the make and model. The Lexus RZ 450E, courtesy of North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion. And the sun is beating down on us today. So I'm doing my best to shield the great David Durbin from the elements, because his mind and his hands are probably insured for $5 million or more, and we cannot damage that property. So it's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
And your latest work is behind us, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But I have kidnapped you for the moment from what you affectionately call your home there, Monarch Trophy.
Monarch Trophy. 40 years.
Have you really been here 40 years, or does it feel like it's been 40 years?
No, it's been 40 years.
1980?
Well, actually 82.
So that's more than 40 years then.
Well, now. But, you just kind of like round it up.
Right on cue, Tammy Zuniga, probably your second biggest fan next to myself, says hello.
Hello, Tammykins.
Tammykins is on here.
There's going to be some surprises for Tammy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Little Tammy.
It's crazy how I do the show and she gets the surprises.
I was waiting for her to pop up from the back seat and say hello.
She's back. I don't think she's back. No, she's working. She's working very hard and helping to support our family. Because like I say, we have 3 teenagers and they don't pay for anything.
And it's the day off.
So, and they don't have school today. So they're at home. Little Tammy here. But at any rate, we are here because I've been wanting to have this conversation in all seriousness with David for a long time, because I have followed your career for a while now. I have benefited from your talents over the years, including with, I see you're sporting my Fiesta medal here, the 2024. It's
not in view.
No, but this can be in view. So this is the artwork for my Fiesta medal this year, which I unveiled a few weeks ago.
Remember the little scribble?
It is remarkable.
That needs to be framed.
I tried to find. I have it somewhere, but essentially what happened was, this was in. Remember, I had to have these made in September. Back then, I had a Toyota Camry. Needless to say, I've upgraded the vehicle since then. But that's why there's a Toyota Camry.
It wasn't really a convertible either.
It wasn't a convertible, but you took artistic freedom. I had to have this design done by September. I came to you with typical. I tell people designing Fiesta medals is a lot more stressful than.
I don't know what I want. Make me something.
And I need it by tomorrow.
Every one of them. Every one.
And so I remember you doodled. The original concept was me in the car by myself with the microphone and pickup lines. The diamond is for the Diamond Jubilee for Ray Feo, and then of course my name and my title, Communications Minister for Ray Feo 75. And I remember you scribbled on the paper. You added, I think as a kind of a half joke, you added Tammy on here with her eyelashes.
Little Tammy.
And I looked at it and I said, "That's a great idea. I like having Tammy in the car." And then I said, you know what? In 2024, we're celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in June of this year. And so as a nod to that date, June 5th, 1999, 6599 is the license plate with our initials on here. And you put a few other little Easter eggs in here, I think, as well. Because you put me in the Ray Feo uniform and all that.
The boxing gloves.
Yes.
That I did those boxing gloves for you, for Natalie.
Right from Gamez Law Firm, because Gamez Law Firm, as you know, is one of my greatest and first sponsors of Pickup Lines, and I'll always be eternally grateful to them. I took a handful of medals to Carmen Gamez the other day. I had already shown them to Natalie, and I wanted Miss Gamez to see them and for her to know what the law firm meant to me, and that we had to have the little Easter egg, the boxing gloves.
The little.
So here, you gotta. Here,
you're pretty better at
you gotta bring it in
showing
real
all
tight.
that.
So the boxing gloves are hanging from the rearview mirror of the car, and they've got the teeny tiny Gamez Law Firm logo on them.
Where are your boxing gloves?
They're in the back. They're in the back here. I got them. But nonetheless, at any rate, I read today. Is this the 25th anniversary of you designing or drafting, creating Fiesta medals? 1999, right?
1999.
So this is.
We were making them, along with Cal the Hat King. He would make little jewels or something and put on a ribbon and then make his hat. And we just kind of followed along and would go over to Poteet Flea Market and find little knickknacks or something crazy and hook to a ribbon. Because back then it was all the royalty and everybody like that had medals. Us common people didn't have medals. And so, we were just making little wacky things that we could give out to our friends and making the crazy hats. And so that was around the end of 99, something like that.
So you're going to flea markets and, thrift stores, and you're looking for
it was
little
mostly
trinkets?
The
outdoor flea markets?
Yeah, and finding, like little keychain. Little crazy little
the rings
things.
And the...
there were little aliens and bottles of Absolute vodka. There was everything. And it was something to go along with your personality.
Do you still have any of those?
Yeah.
You do?
There's all that kind of stuff. I have too much of this stuff.
Gosh. Are you a pack
You
rat?
would go crazy. No, not a pack rat, but, little things like that.
But I love the nostalgia and everything.
Yeah.
And so Monarch Trophy's been around for 50 plus years, but in 1999 there was probably no way of knowing that this could become an empire or a business and money making.
Weren't that big of a thing.
No.
And like I said, it was basically the royals that had the medals.
Right, Ray Feo, King Antonio, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So in 1999, what were you designing or what were you making?
The girls from the Bonham Exchange came to me and said, we have this huge party every year during the day parade, and we want to make a medal. And so I'm like, okay, I've never done a real medal before, but I'll do it. And they got their first medal. And then, a couple of years we did it for the Bonham. And then my friend that had Mad Hatter's Tea, which was behind the zoo, moved over to Beauregard Street. Mm-hmm. And that was around 2016, I guess. And he's right there at the corner of Beauregard and Alamo. Right. And I'm like, you're at the beginning of King William Fair. You've got to have a medal. And he's, he was wacky. And so we just played around with the design. And I had these kind of hula girls, but they weren't really hula girls. Right. And they had maracas. And that was the start of that whole series for Mad Hatters because he was right there. Yeah. And then it gets to, 2010. Okay. And I meet Bill Drain and Tina Drain.
He's Ray Feo at the time.
Ray Feo, 63. Well, coming up. Yes. 2010, he was working on it. Okay. I met them. And so that was the court had just started for a few years already to make their own personal medals. Right. Not all of the court. Right. And so here comes Bill, Tina. They introduced me to everybody in the court. All of them are friends. We are all still friends. Yes. And that's the thing about this whole Ray Feo thing. I meet a new court every year. Yes, you do. And become friends with every year. And so I got to know them, got to know their personalities, and designed their own personal medal, each person in the court. Back then, they were only 1.5 inches big. Woo! Now they're... no, they weren't even that big. I look at the
they're huge
display from Bill's year, and these little bitty medals. The whole court.
Because they'll put them in a shadow box or something.
Yeah, the whole court is fit in an 8x10 shadow box or something like that.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you couldn't even fit all of John's in just one.
I'm talking about John McFadden, because you have the Cabrito, which is literally like the size of like this big. The Royal Order of the Crown. Then he's got 2 or 3 other VIP medals.
Personal, this.
He's got tens of thousands of medals that he.
And then the one flying the jet.
He's got, because he flew for the Air Force, and so he's got a T-38, I think. That's, but there are some that are in lesser quantity that are considered more rare, and are given directly by the king. And I was with him last night at the Helotes Market, the Helotes medal event for the chamber, and the metal heads were in full force.
So we got Bill Drain going. They all loved all the designs.
Yeah.
Bill Drain started talking about me, and he got my name out there.
Yep.
And I take the time to get to know the people, or,
Right.
know some little something about them to add into the metal, instead of just throwing a rock on here and a hat or I try to make it a little personal. And it just started growing from there. Back then, it was, I may have designed 30 medals.
Again, this is like 2010.
Yeah. 2010, I did about 30 medals. And I was like, whoa, look at this. Look at all these medals now.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just grew. And back then, it was mainly the, judges.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones that were doing the medals. Susan Reed got them involved, the courthouse.
She was the district attorney at the time.
And she was one of the first outside the royals that started making her medal. I remember the year that she made that one where it was a moped, and I think they were on vacation in Hawaii or some tropical something.
Right.
And she broke her arm. And she made a medal for that.
Yeah.
And that was the talk of the town.
Yeah.
Find Susan Reed's moped medal. And so she got it started down there. And then we started getting schools involved. They saw, hey, we can make a good fundraiser.
Maybe that's exactly right.
And that's what these medals have become. They've become great fundraisers for everybody. And
it really is remarkable, yeah.
Yeah.
Because 2015 is about the time I can remember start actively collecting them. And I know we started doing, I had the Code of Many Medals, and I started talking about it on the air and everything. And I think the first coat that I think I had like 80 medals on it. I thought that was a big deal. The heaviest one I had like right before the pandemic. Had like 300 medals on it, and it weighed 25 pounds.
2019 is still the biggest year. That pin pandemonium, when you went down there and it started where the stage was, is that Alamo Street right there?
Yeah.
Sidewalk, all the way, both sides of the sidewalk, all the way to the tower.
Yeah.
Were people with medals. We walked in there and I was like, what has happened? It's
insane.
Yeah. And this year is almost there.
I feel like it's as big. I mean, I did the court 2 years ago, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I feel like this is as big a fiesta build-up as I can remember.
2019
But 19 is still...
That is the one.
What was it about that year, do you think?
It had just built up.
It was pre-COVID, obviously.
Yeah. But... And then, we were ready to do it again.
Yes.
And everything happened.
Yep.
And so then it took a couple of years on the metal side and everywhere else. But everybody was scared to order medals. Am I going to be stuck with them? Am I going to...
They wouldn't put the date on them.
Yeah.
Because...
Or they were putting another date over it.
A little charm or whatever. Yeah, I remember.
And...
Oh, my gosh.
So now we're finally like, we can breathe again.
Fingers crossed.
And, this year I'm still... From 2019, I did close to 400 designs just myself. There's other artists.
Sure.
There's many other places that are making medals now.
Yes, there is.
And just think, myself did 400.
400.
And so this year, it was pretty close to 300. And so...
I was going to bring out this one because I still get people asking me about this one. This was 2 years ago. When I was
serving up the news.
I was on Augie Cortez's court. And same thing. I came in with something different, and we sat at the conference room at the table, and I was getting anxious and nervous, and I'm not borderline irritated. I'm like, I don't know. Here's the thing. People have ideas or photos. And we've talked about this before with caricatures and faces. That it might look amazing on paper or on cardstock or on poster board, but to translate it to a metal.
Woo, I've seen some.
That's a different story.
Especially eyes. Oh.
No, I know. It's
That's why I asked y'all to give me your bit emoji. Because you go, okay, this is me. And I'll,
right. Like, it's
okay,
not meant to be like...
I will go with that. Yes. You approve of that.
We talked about this because this is Tammy and our bit emojis that were created on our iPhones or whatever. And we all know this is not meant to be like an exact self-portrait,
Did I say you look like...
But, who did you tell me?
Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond, yes.
I'm like, well, look at you, Donny Osmond.
We're Donny and Marie here.
I did your eyes.
Yes. No, I've had a lot of compliments, but I do see I'll take Donny Osmond. Yeah. Puppy Love. I'll sing later on.
Tammy Puppy Love right there.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So,
the poster.
The poster. I was just going to say, by the way, on top of all of that, I was recently revealed officially that you are the artist for this year's Fiesta poster. So congratulations on that once again.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people saw that and thought, one, how had you not won before? And two, what took you so long to do this?
I've been asked to do it as many times. Why don't you do it? And I've never done it. And I don't know. I was turning 60 this year, and that kind of got into me.
Milestone birthday. Okay.
Yeah, and I have through all the years, or all the metal designs that I have to have up in here, I have kept that idea. And it was leaving Battle of Flowers.
Yep.
Everybody's gone, and there's just confetti everywhere. Right. And I have a thing about confetti. I love throwing confetti.
He wanted to shoot a confetti cannon in here.
Not a cannon,
okay,
just a little.
But yes, the streets are lined with
and I'm walking
confetti.
along, looking at all the color and everything. I'm like, I've got to do something someday with confetti, somehow. And so she came into my thoughts of her whipping her dress around, and the dress is just falling to pieces of confetti over the city, bringing the passion, the fun.
It's beautiful.
I wanted the poster to have movement and excitement, not just a pretty little picture sitting there. I wanted it to show what Fiesta really is.
Is that woman inspired by anybody in particular, or just...
No.
Yeah.
But our friend did. She danced for us, and Tammy.
Yes.
Tammy.
Yes.
Tanya.
Tanya Vella.
I got Tammy on
that's
my
all right.
mind.
That's all right.
I think that's a song.
Probably is. And then the hummingbird on the upper left-hand corner.
I have a thing for humming.
You have a thing for humming.
And it represents strength and bringing the light in. That's why he has the sun on his belly.
I see that.
He's bringing the sun to our Fiesta.
The
heart, that shows up in a lot of my art.
I've seen that before.
Many things. And that is for the passion. The passion of our, celebrating the passion.
I love it.
And the confetti bringing us...
Looks like Alamo Street and everything there. But I've said this before because this is the trick. I've seen you, obviously, I did Medals in the Morning on Fox. I did hundreds, thousands of medals over the years. And I'm not...
Could you figure out which ones were mine?
I had a pretty good sense. But what I will say is, yes, you include the heart and there are other elements, but man, I never see two medals and be like, oh, he ripped that off of that, or in other words, they seem to be original concepts, or there's enough differences there to say that these are all original as opposed to you just copied and.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's a skill set, that's a talent that I can't even comprehend.
I don't know how it happens.
Do you dream that? Like seriously, the creative process. Are you in the shower? Are you driving to work?
It's
where does
usually
it...
in the middle of the night, and I'll wake up and have this idea.
You have like a sketch pad by your bed?
I run into the kitchen, scribble it on an envelope, and that way it's there in the morning. But I'm usually still awake, still thinking about what am I going to draw or what am I going to design. There's a lot of sleepless nights in this.
Oh my gosh!
I'll tell you, the year that I did the Hoyas' family medal, where it was all puzzle pieces.
Yes.
I was trying to think, how can I make this unique medal? They want, something unique and different. Look up in my puzzle pieces. Because I have to deal, it's 5 pieces that I've got to come together to make this family medal.
Yeah.
And so, like, the Riverwalk, the bridge, put it together. Mom and Dad are at the top, then the kids, and it all, when they came in, the medals, when they came in, and it all fit together.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to wear it all put together, but it was the idea of, okay, this family comes together.
That's so great.
And it fits, and they all fit perfectly.
And then it becomes like a scavenger hunt because you got to get all 5 of them. And I've seen that done with other things before. I remember the Fred Reyes Star Wars, that whole era.
Fred and those Star Wars things.
We still talk about him to this day.
His whole idea. When he told us about it, we're like, okay. But then it started coming about, and I made the crest for him, and it just, all the pieces came together on that.
That's amazing. Those are beautiful.
And there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there that went crazy over all that.
Yeah, and there still are. So, I guess back to the poster. How big of a deal was that for you when you realized you were the winning artist, and what does it mean to see this? Well, you see it a lot now, but in 2-3 weeks, you're going to see it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's got to be a great feeling.
It's a great feeling, and that's what finally got I want to do this so it lives on, and it's always in that collection. I have so many award-winning medals.
You do.
There really is, but they're not going to be remembered.
Right.
Like the poster, it's going to live on through all the years.
Those posters hang in office buildings. They hang in doctors' offices.
That's why I finally, this last Fiesta, we were at the opening of Nyosa, and we go to the King's garden party, and I saw Richard, who was the incoming president.
Richard Spar.
Spar. And I said, I'm going to go over and tell him if he will let me be one of the artists, because they choose 5 artists. And I said, I think it's time.
Yeah.
And I've got to get over all my nervousness. That's the whole thing. You have to get up, present your art in front of all these people. I'm not good at all that.
Are you afraid that people won't like it, or is it the public speaking?
I've always been a shy guy.
See, because people I would say, but a lot of people
our
know
friends,
would be like, what are you talking about? But
hey, somebody control him.
Oh my God. Well, no.
But there's another side and you don't know, that night that I had to present with the other 4 artists, that was a disaster. I'm glad the artwork spoke for itself.
She spoke for herself.
Because I could not.
Yeah.
First, the microphone didn't work,
and
that got me flustered. And then they hand me another microphone. It didn't work. That got me even worse. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
There's number 4.
Yeah, she'll speak for herself. This is amazing. We have a little show and tell in just a minute, but I have a public service announcement, because we're all this metal talk. I don't want to forget about tomorrow. Like less than 24 hours from now, it's the annual Monarch Trophy's Fiesta Metal Extravaganza. And yes, we're here at Monarch Trophy right now. But unlike in previous years where this event would be held here, it's so big now, you had to find a bigger place.
We're going to have it at Morgan's.
Morgan's Wonderland.
So from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock, we will be set up at the sports complex at Morgan's. And we have over 110 vendors coming with medals, with Fiesta art. There's going to be everything. And the Battle of Flowers is bringing their traveling float. So you can be out there and take photos on the float, get the props, do all that. And that's going to be fun. And there's going to be food trucks, and it's all free.
Raphael will be there tomorrow, I can report. I will be there in my Raphael regalia with the king, and he will have Raphael medals to hand out, designed by, of course, the great David Durbin. I've called you the Michelangelo of medals over the years.
Yeah.
The Picasso of pins. I don't know what else. I don't know what other famous artists I can use. But this is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 o'clock at Morgan's. And, go ahead. You want more air.
It's getting hot right here.
Turn it up. Well, there we go. All right, I want to make sure you're comfortable. We have a few more minutes.
Woo!
Okay, we have a few more minutes.
What is that?
That's a little. Before we
Can
do
I
this,
let him in?
No creatures can come in the car. How many more medals do you have inside? How much longer do you want to do this?
I wonder. Every year I'm like, because it starts the day after Fiesta.
Like April 29th of this year.
Mm-hmm.
It will be.
But I will be at the Rolling Stones this year. So, yeah,
we're gonna
finish Fiesta and then we're gonna go see the Stones in Houston. And so that's gonna be fun.
You are a concert. I know you're a live music fan. You've been to untold numbers of concerts
and when I'm like, that's
hell, if Mick Jagger can still do this at, what is he, 95 years old? You can, 35 years from now,
it's going to be the best concert ever.
No, I don't doubt it.
At that age,
I don't
they
doubt
can
it.
still
I'm
entertain.
just saying, he's living, and Keith Richards, they're living proof that you can play the guitar.
He'll be.
So you've got another 25 years in you at least. Ray Feo, that'll be 100. Ray Feo 100.
Ray Feo.
Now that'll be a hell of a medal right there. That'll be the cabrito for that, whoever that man is. Okay. Do you have some goodies?
What do we want to start with?
Well, I'll leave it up to you. You're the guest. We have some. I don't know what he has. These are David Durbin creations. Because you have in 2024 you branched out. You're not doing just medals and posters. You have now.
Is that this year?
2024?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know what he has, so let's just start with.
Well, back in 2011, when I started doing the work with Ray Feo and all that, everybody on the court, we all became friends. David, you need to make your own medal.
2011.
And so, this was my first actual made medal.
Okay.
Very few made. I didn't know what to do. What do I do for myself? And so, back then, I used to go to Mexico and get folk art and all that. And so I thought, a sugar skull. I'll make something like that.
The calavera, yeah.
First one ever made.
2011. This is number one?
First sugar skull ever.
The first one off the press.
No, ever.
Oh, the first
sugar skulled medal.
The first time we ever saw a sugar skull on a medal.
Yes. And I didn't think about that. And
okay.
I was down at, we were doing all of our Fiesta stuff. I started getting calls. Hey, your medal's on TV. They're showing your medal. Which,
right.
I'm like, why are they showing my medal? Why?
But this is to show you the difference in size now. How it started, how it's going right now. Because this is a what? How tall is this one?
That's probably 1 3/4.
Okay. Yeah. So your medal's on TV.
I was stretching it there.
That's
I
right.
wanted my first medal to be really big.
So you know what? Somebody's bringing up a good point. I know I'm going to put this white behind it so you can see.
If you have that medal, you better keep it. Yeah. I think there may have been 100 made that year.
That's the original. So you're seeing it on TV, and you're starting to think, oh, there might be something here.
I didn't know what.
Yeah.
And then I started, it got best in San Antonio that year.
Was it from the Express News?
No, News 4.
Oh, from the TV
yes.
station, yes.
News 4, they called me up to the front. Hey, News 4 is here to talk to you. I'm like, why? That was a disaster of an interview.
That's all right.
Still talked about today.
But the medal spoke for itself.
I didn't even know what they started at. I went, cut, and I was out. So that lives on.
Okay.
But that medal is the first, and
all right.
Okay,
so this is the 2011. It'll be your first and your probably your most cherished, or one of your most cherished, because this is the original.
Okay? The best of them all. is...
Yeah, I remember this guy. I'm gonna use this as a background. The reason why it might seem a little dark on here is because the sun. I didn't want the sun.
It's burning up.
That's it. Well, move the air vents so you can get. I want you to get some air. Let people see this. I remember when this guy came out.
That was the medal of all medals that year.
With the little ribbons and everything.
And his little papel picados.
Papel picado, yes.
And I hand-strung all of those ribbons.
How many did you make?
I don't make more than 150 of my medals. That's why they're so hard to get.
Yeah.
And that medal, when you go out and you see the women wearing them as a necklace,
yes,
that is so cool.
No, absolutely.
And now going to Fiesta, you'll still see somebody wearing it. And I'm like, cool, it lives on.
Tammy made a bracelet out of some of our medals. I remember a few years ago.
Clink, clink.
She's got the bracelet. So all right.
So
I remember that one.
So that became the Holy Grail.
Yes.
And the year before this, I believe that was Tina Drain's Queen Bee. That started a big ruckus about that Queen Bee.
And I think that was the first time I remember hearing the phrase Holy Grail associated with Fiesta.
I think the Tina Drain one was.
Because people will be like, which one? What is the 2024 Holy Grail? What is the 2019 whatever and all that? So
I wonder what it is this year. Oh, mine hasn't come out yet.
Okay. I thought maybe you were going to reveal it here. So
I don't have a medal.
All right. Then this guy.
This was last year's.
I remember this. Oh my gosh, another one. With the there's the heart you talked about and the tassels.
Yeah. See, the hummingbird had it also on its chest.
This is the 2023.
Where am I can't even
It's right
see
here.
it.
That's the.
So,
yeah,
you got that. Always another special one was after we came out of COVID.
The COVID one.
My 2021, I'm flying over and dropping the F-bomb on 2020 with all the things that caused problems that year.
Yes.
From the killer wasp.
Toilet paper.
We've got killer
the
wasps.
Mosquito. The bee. That's right. The hornets. The
murder
hornets.
That's what it was.
The coronavirus.
All the hurricanes that happened. The forest fires. No Fiesta, sad face.
Oh, gosh.
There's just all kinds of things.
That was supposed to be a November Fiesta. That didn't pan out, obviously, and then it got pushed to June of 2021, and that
one I just love. And Rebel Rebel, that's my theme song.
Yes.
So,
gosh,
sometimes that shows up.
Great. All
There,
right.
this could go on forever.
I would love it to, but the bosses are probably asking, where's David? Where's
David?
Left. Okay.
So this is this year's poster medal.
Another monstrosity. You could eat a meal off of this thing. It's pretty large, but it's just beautiful.
Does it show up nice? But it's 2 layers.
So it's got a gold, and it has the official, in the back.
And the Fiesta Commission is selling these for $10. This big medal, and can be purchased here at Monarch Trophy.
It's what can I say?
That medal, I was going to just say, okay, that's the David Durbin medal this year.
Right.
There was a lot of work put into that.
Yeah.
With communicating to get the thing made just right. And when it came in, I'm like, okay, it's right. Because usually I have to, the one last year, I thought it was.
And people will get you to autograph this. You'll autograph it right here, and then it just becomes an even more of a keepsake and everything. So, all right, what else you got down there? My gosh.
Well, these were just 2 special ones from this year. Nyosa.
Oh, Nyosa, sure, sure.
Grew up with Nyosa. It will always be the number one go-to.
It's one of my favorites.
How many years have I gone to that since high school?
Yeah.
And
where did you go to high school, by the way?
Lee High School.
Yep. Before it was Legacy?
Whatever it is.
And Excellence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went in the fun years. And then the Battle of Flowers Which
I
maybe out here it'll show that it's stained glass.
It's stained glass. I saw, was it Lucy Bell the other day?
Oh, my Lucy?
She's amazing, and she was
yes,
showing me.
She is.
Yeah, and the camera probably doesn't do it justice.
I think you can see that.
You can see a little bit of stained glass there, and so
when it's out in the sunshine.
Oh yeah. I could try it, but let's see. Yeah, that's
getting more shadow.
Yeah, no, let's do that. Anyway.
Viva More 2024.
I love it. All right, so we were talking about, because we just got a couple more minutes with you here.
Tammy.
People, you can come and buy these medals at Monarch. And
yes, we have like different PMOs.
Participating member organizations. That's what PMO is. I believe. I believe that's what it is. Let's go with that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So, Tammy, are you still there?
My wife, Tammy.
Tammy, pick up.
No, she might actually be working, but we'll see. Okay.
Pick up, Tammy.
She doesn't know what's happening here.
The earrings are here. The earrings that you've been looking for and wanting.
There she is.
Hey! Your earrings are here. That's why you needed to be here.
Oh, my goodness. I would almost pierce my ears right now. She said, eek. I would almost pierce my ears right now for these are beautiful. And you've never done earrings before?
No.
Why? But why did you decide to do them this year?
We had talked about it, and I wanted to just pull out elements from the poster. So they're just inspired from the poster. So that one has the heart. And then I did one pair with the hummingbird.
Oh my God, I had not seen these.
No, because they just came in.
With the hummingbird.
So there's glare. If it wasn't shadowy in here, they sparkle.
Well, she'll just have to wear them out in public.
Lisa from Nyosa was doing the reveal for their medal.
Right.
And Maggie, who is the Fiesta Medal Maniacs, which will be a part of our event tomorrow. She was interviewing Lisa out on the porch of the little house at La Vita. And the sun was just coming up that morning, and Lisa's out there talking, and those earrings, she had the heart on, and they were just sparkling. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So, Tammy, are you ready?
Oh, here we go. This is the grand finale.
Are you ready?
She said she'll love you and treasure them forever.
Look, you. The scarf for the poster has come in. I don't know even if we have enough room. It's a 36 by 36 silk scarf. Tammy,
I do declare, this is a beautiful
How will you wear it?
She may not get it. I might steal it from her. Look at her. Oh, she's losing her mind right now.
I love.
Look at that. We're knocking home your
Did we muffle ourselves?
I don't know. I don't think so. So a scarf. Like, I don't think San Antonio Fiesta. I don't think scarf, but you clearly
did. They do.
No. But tell me why. Like, why?
The Fiesta store used to sell scarves.
This
for
isn't
the
scarf
poster.
in a traditional sense to keep you warm. I mean, this is a decorative, obviously a silk.
And no, they Battle of Flowers will do scarves for theirs, and I don't know, the military civilians probably do theirs. The scarves are done, and we don't have the Fiesta store, so I just wanted to have a small amount of these scarves to give to friends and.
Eddie says, "I'll be wearing this as my Fiesta cape." Yeah.
I would love to take the inside out of my tuxedo and line the inside with part of that.
I bet you could do that.
Wear.
I bet you could do that.
You know Phil.
I know Phil Zavala. I mean, I know a guy.
Phil can do it.
Linda's asking, so the scarves, when and are they available right now? Because I know these sell very quickly.
I have 25 of them here in the store, and that's all I'm going to sell. The rest I am giving out to, like, Leslie and McFadden.
The Royal Consort.
She was here yesterday, and I gave her one.
That's very sweet.
And she was quite excited to get that.
That's nice.
It was nice.
That's nice. There are probably 25 people right now.
But we do have 25 of them here at Monarch.
Okay. So, as they say, get them while they last. Because at the
it wasn't anything to do a moneymaker or anything like that.
No, you're not getting rich off of this. I'm just saying,
but I got to cover my costs.
How many earrings do you have? They're asking.
We will have probably 100 of each one. And as soon as they were shown this morning, they've been coming in and getting them.
Yeah.
I had no idea that I was an earring maker.
Well, you are now. So guess what?
David Durbin earrings.
Jewelry collection. And
store down the street.
And I'm
the
sure
old Wendy's will be.
They're probably going to have to make a jewelry store now in here after this year because.
After making this scarf, I had so many ideas now that I could. That hummingbird.
Yeah.
That hummingbird as a scarf. Watch for next year. That could be.
Here we go.
Or, what year did I do
Breaking Fiesta news.
2017. So I've got a few more years until the 10-year anniversary.
Obviously it's your 25th anniversry of making medals. That's a significant milestone.
Yeah, but that hummingbird, I got to do something with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Like I said, the bosses are seeing all the dollar signs and thinking, "Where's David? We got to get him back to work here in this little while." But
how,
this is great. So what next? Next year, man, you're gonna. What else are you gonna do?
I don't know. Probably retire.
Don't you start talking like that?
Why? Because you got to be Ray Peo, and I've got to be there.
No, I don't know. I
got to be there for you, Ray Peo.
Well, we'll talk later. We'll see about that. Let me get through this year first. But this is. I could do another 30 minutes with him, but again,
did y'all like this?
Monarch Trophy
Did they
bosses are going to come, whisk him away. But this is unbelievable, and you know how big of a fan I am of your talent. And
I've got a question. I was asked.
Yes.
Why do they collect so many of these things?
Why do
people?
Why do people collect so many?
Why is it such a big collecting thing? I make them. I design them.
Yes.
But I'm not out there searching. What is... I was asked this by a reporter, and yes. I stopped. I was like, I don't know.
Here's one theory I have, because what
and
I
finally
you are a
did, collector.
I am a collector. What I did finally, after Augie's Court 2 years ago, we had thousands of them at our house, and I went through every single one, and I picked out about 100 or so that had significant personal meaning to me. Bought a nice shadow box, and I put them in the shadow box. And to this day, every year round, they are sitting on our wall in a very public place in our house. And I love walking by them because to me it takes me back to happy time. Not takes me back to. It takes me to happy times. Fiesta embodies everything that's great about this city, and it's a visual reminder of, this year we did this, and this year the Brianna Bar's Flying Taco Medal. I still get, to this day, people asking me about the Flying Taco Medal that you did with Queen Bee, and the untold.
How many years ago was that?
That was at least 5 or 6 years.
So long ago.
Yeah. So, at any rate, this has been really cool, and like I said, something I've wanted to do for a long time. Did anybody
answer my question?
People said it was fantastic. Linda says it's Fiesta and Memories of Our Lives, so it's a visual representation, because you can't.
You should have seen me when he asked me that. We've just rolled with it, and
right.
It's our San Antonio thing. I don't think anybody else. There are the pins for the hot air balloon festival out
Albuquerque and everything. But what does Mardi Gras has beads, right? Or they have, but these are.
I hate that about Fiesta. I hate beads at Fiesta.
Well,
oof.
But
it's like we're not Mardi Gras.
These are the medals are ours. They're San Antonio. It's a visual representation of, and it's I think a conversation piece and a conversation starter.
Is it the scavenger hunt of it all?
And there's I think there is a part to that, because now with social media, because that changed everything. Somebody posts a picture of the David Durbin, the poster medal. They put this up there, and everybody's like, I gotta have it. And then let's go meet at the Target parking lot, and I'll trade you a Selena for this or whatever. It's like
the Target parking lot. Yep.
How many deals? Probably right now as we speak, there's probably a deal happening at a Target parking lot or a Bill Miller or something. But anyway, I love you to death.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I know you have been.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Viva!
The Michelangelo of medals.
Viva! Viva!
Get the poster.
First poster is say Viva.
That's an interesting...
And I had to, because,
that's an
you know, when
fact.
we get there and, you know, the president stands up, Viva Fiesta, and the whole crowd screams, Viva! Why hasn't that been represented?
Yeah. Well, it is now.
There it is.
David Durbin. All right. Here's to 25 more years of medal greatness and everything. You can retire when you're 85. Oh. There you have it.
Viva!
Yeah, he'll be...
Viva Fiesta, people! Get him away! And cut.
And cut. There you have it. Another episode of Pickup Lines
I'll take my
presented by Gamez Law Firm.
Oh, this is Tammy's.
Oh, you know what? I should do this real quick before I forget, because I mentioned Gamez Law Firm. You did their medal.
Yeah, the
50th anniversary.
And there are other ones coming in.
Real quick. No, I got to show you. This is really cool because they're doing their 50th anniversary. A lot of gold and boxing gloves right there for the Gamez Law Firm. So.
And why are there boxing gloves?
Because Gamez Law fights. There you have it. Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and
Natalie, if you're out there, hi.
Yes. We'll be back very soon with another episode. This will be tough to top. But Viva Fiesta. And don't forget tomorrow at Morgan's, the Monarch Trophy Medal Extravaganza.
9 to 1.
All right. See you soon.
Free for the whole family.
Exactly. Bye for now.